Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 3rd of February 2024. So just going to be a quick one today. A couple of news items that have caught my attention that I'd thought I'd give a very quick bit of commentary on. Fairly different topics. First of all, Greta Thunberg, our sort of favourite little doom goblin from Sweden. And you might recall the story several months ago, I think it was October. She was arrested. What a farce that was. But apparently she was arrested in London whilst attending a protest about, I think there was some group of oil executives having a meeting, and she and others were interrupting that basically, and she was supposedly arrested for some kind of public order offence, and she had her court hearing yesterday, I guess it must have been, and of course the judge and the court threw it out pretty much immediately, said that the arrest was unlawful. Amazing what can be achieved when you've got friends in high places, eh? But honestly, what an absolute joke. What an absolute farce. As if Greta was ever going to go to prison for however many months you would go for a public order offence, or even get any kind of fine whatsoever. Frankly, I'd have been surprised if she'd been found guilty and given a sort of £50 fine. Even that would have been ridiculous. But the fact that she was sort of let off because her arrest conditions were unlawful, just an absolute joke, an absolute psyop. And it's just one of those things where you just look and you just have to laugh, really. It's just, why did he even bother arresting her in the first place? No doubt to whip up a storm of protest in the media and all of the other people who love Greta, and to achieve whatever aim that's supposed to achieve. So as far as I'm concerned, just an absolute, complete and utter joke. And the second bit of news, and I've just literally seen this before making this video on my Telegram feeds, just starting to come through on the Telegram feeds. We know about these farmers' protests happening all over Europe, the French one being particularly effective, just blockading the whole of Paris. And according to this report I've just seen, apparently the French government have caved into the farmers' demands and they have won. Totally unconfirmed. I've only seen just the one report from, don't know how reliable or otherwise the source is, but it wouldn't surprise me, because the French farmers haven't been holding back. They've been spraying manure all over the place, putting manure into kind of shops and supermarkets and restaurant outlets and all kinds of things, spraying it onto government buildings, manure onto government buildings, and huge, great blockades everywhere. And they certainly don't mess around. Unlike our lot, who, in the grand tradition of British revolutionary zeal, didn't actually go on a protest, but they had a meeting to decide if they'd go on protests or not. Guys, that really is not good enough. You don't have meetings to decide whether you're going to go on protests. If you want to protest, just get out there and start protesting. Get your tractors on the streets, get them wherever, and just start protesting. Don't mess around with meetings to decide if you want to do that or not, whether you want to protest or not. That is just stupid as far as I'm concerned. We didn't do it, us anti-lockdown lot. We never did it. We didn't have meetings all over the country to decide, oh, are we going to go up to London? Are we going to go on these sort of London protests to protest against lockdowns and mandates and all of the rest of it? No, we just got our asses onto the train and whatever else. We got ourselves into London and we started protesting. We sort of went on these sort of huge, great protests, which in the end did get a result. We did get the government to back down, and that is how you do it. You know, if there's any kind of hesitation, any kind of oh, should we do this? Oh, should we not do it? That's what the government want to see, and that's how they know they don't need to take protests or the threat of them seriously. But if you just get out there and do it like we did, and like the French have done with the farming protests, that then shows the government, sends out the message that the protests are real, the discontent is real, and they better not sort of mess with us. And that is what works. Protest really does work, but you have to be committed and you have to be prepared to get out there and do as many protests as it takes in order to get the result. And you don't just have meetings to decide if you're going to protest or not. So, as I say, if you want to put that message out there, you want to protest, just protest. Don't have meetings to decide whether you want to protest or not, because that, frankly, is just ridiculous. So, just a couple of, well, frankly, rather ridiculous things. The Greta thing, totally ridiculous, absolute sham, and the sort of British farmer meeting, not very impressed with that either, as you can probably tell. But let's hope this report from France is right, that it's true, and let's hope that the French government is caving. Let's hope the EU begin to cave as well. And yeah, just shows you the power of protest. And I'm a firm believer in it, as you will know. I know many viewers aren't. They think, oh, what's the point of protesting? It doesn't do any good. Sorry, we're going to have to differ on that. I'm going to have to beg to differ, because I think they do work and they do get results, but you have to kind of mean it. You know, you have to put the intention out there that no government, we're not going to put up with your absolute nonsense. We're out here, we're protesting, and we're not going to stop until you sort of backtrack and retreat. So just with those few thoughts, I'm going to leave it, and I'll be back soon. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.